Alright, shalom, shalom, first and foremost. Let me fix this. Call in La, Allahayna wa Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who want to teach well, and a hearty shalom to the elect. Alright, your brother Karate is back with another lesson, and it's going to be one about the mark of the beast. Something simple, something we all should know, and something that you need to pray to the Lord that He helps you avoid and guides you to avoid this thing, okay? Because there are going to be all types of troubles going on, famine, wars, pestilence, trickery, deceit, okay? Witchcraft, all right? All these types of things are going to be going on when this thing is going to be implemented, okay? So this is Ezekiel 33:1. It says, again, the word of Yahweh Shema Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he sees the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, all right? And the Lord is going to bring the sword. He's telling you himself, okay? All right, the Lord is going to bring forth the sword, the pestilence, the evil times, okay? And it's all part of prophecy, all right? The Lord is going to allow Esau even to bring forth the mark of the beast, okay? All types of things the Lord is bringing forth, okay? It says, if when he sees the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, which is the voice of the prophets, okay, and warn and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. And that's what we want. We want to deliver our souls because we're taking heed to the warning that the Lord Yahweh Shai has given unto us, okay? Through understanding, through the men of the Lord that is taught before me, all right? They have told me what these things are. Through the mercies of the Lord, I'm able to receive them, understanding of them, okay? And so are you if you are of the Lord's elect, right? Most importantly, we have to take heed and put forth action, all right? Those two things are very important because when you put forth that action, it shows your faith, all right? Let's get this word warn, okay? The word warn is zahar, okay? And it says to admonish. What's admonish mean? Admonish means to reprimand or advise, okay? So we're advising people in tribes, okay? More specifically, warn or reprimand somebody firmly, all right? And that's what we're doing. We're admonishing, all right? Warn, teach, shine, send out light. Light is information, okay? Be light, be shining. Warn, teach. Let's see what it says for warn here. And notify, advise, inform someone in advance of an impending or possible danger, problem, or other unpleasant situation. And that's what's coming, especially for those that take this device, okay? All right, let me get this. This is Isaiah 58 and 1. This is what you're going to be listening to. Not an actual horn or a trumpet, but the voice of the men of the Lord. This is Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. That's what we're doing. But the point of this precept, bringing it out, it says to cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. So our voice is going to be the trumpet that you hear when you watch videos, when you see brothers or see us on the highways and hedges preaching and prophesying. This is what you're going to hear. This is that sound that's likened to a horn that they would use back in the day when individuals were set up at the gates watching posts or in the battlements of their castles or their high places, okay? Instead of an actual horn, there we are using the voice, our voices, okay? And we're warning you about the evil that's coming. We're warning you about the pestilence. We're warning you about financial destruction, okay? Because that's what's coming as well, okay? Speaking on that, so here goes this news article I looked up. It says, how much buying power this is what I looked up. How much buying power does the United States have? It says the purchasing power of the United States dollar is the amount of goods and services a single dollar can buy. What can you buy for a single dollar here today that is worth value? All right. I remember back in the day going to the store, like when I was a kid, maybe third, fourth, fifth grade, right? You could go get those little small bags of Cheetos for $1. Now they 60 cents a piece. Okay. All right. It says the purchasing power index of the consumer dollar sits at 29% based on a 1984 baseline of 100%. So the purchasing power of the dollar is at 29%. Salakia. And I remember reading articles last year and the year before, like the dollar was losing its buying power. I think last year or maybe the year before, like it lost like 11%. All right, I can't remember. But it says this next question: what is the buying power of the U.S. dollar right now? The U.S. Consumer Price Index purchasing power index for the consumer dollar stands at 29%. You know what I just read up there, based on 1982 to 84 base period of 100. This reflects the decrease of about 3.55% over the past year, meaning inflation continues to steadily erode the value of goods and services a dollar can buy. Inflation is killing people. Inflation got people at an all-time high, stealing from the stores, right? Inflation is at an all-time high. It has people choosing whether to, pay their rent or feed their kids. Situations like that, And no, you can't really borrow money from people nowadays because most people ain't got the money to borrow, Nonetheless, so it says, understanding that purchasing power, 29% as of June 2026. Information released by Federal Reserve. Monthly change up slightly, 0.34% from 29.80 the previous month. All right, and year-to-year change down 3.55% from 31% last year. All right, inflation, long-term inflation reduces what a single dollar buys over decades. For example, a dollar from 2000 has the buying power equivalent of look at that, roughly $1.94 today. That's all. That's from 29% to $1.94. That's like quadruple, maybe 10 times worth the buying power from 2009 from 2000 up until now. Right? It says here the U.S. the dollar losing its buying power. It says yes, the U.S. dollar has faced notable downward pressure and significant ground following a multi-year bull run. All right, let's look at bull run. I don't know what that is. All right, it says definition 2, a period in which share prices are rising. All right, that's what a bull run is. Okay. It says here, while it has experienced short-term rebounds, the greenback remains pressured by shifting global interest rates, trade policy, uncertainties, and fiscal concerns. You got that war. War is an uncertainty. All right. Look at what's actually going on. The petrodollar is losing its buying power. The Strait of Hormuz is closed off. All right. All the gas prices here in America and maybe throughout the whole world, I just know for sure here in America and over the period of time this war has been going on, gas prices have gone up everywhere. Okay. Let's see. All right, but all this is going to lead to, look at this. It says devaluation of the U.S. dollar. There's more stuff about the U.S. dollar is on its way out, okay? If you look up videos on YouTube by Epic Economist and that lady, a Homestead Journey, you can see people crashing out because their dollar's not getting them far. Okay, and this is mainly white people that's doing this, and you got some black women doing it, very few in those videos, right? But this is just part of what the Lord has going on towards our enemies in Thawada Yabashim Shai, okay? So, but ultimately, all this is going to lead to this device being implanted in individuals, okay? This mark of the beast, and you're being warned, you're being advised, okay? You're being admonished, okay, about the terrible dealings that's coming, okay? All right, let's go here to Revelation 13 and 16, okay? It says here, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let me see. Yep, going down. And that no man, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right? You don't want this. You don't want to take this. It doesn't matter what they tell you, how they try to pitch it to you or propagandize it to you, okay? If you read what this says, this little yellow clipping, it says here, April 2025, which is over a year and some change ago, Neuralink has implanted brain chips in 3 people. Brain chips restore function and to impaired, injured, or sick brains. 100,000 people have received the hand chips for buying and selling. The brain chip is already doing false signs. Will you accept or reject the hand chip or the brain chip? You're going to need to accept neither one of them and reject both of them, okay? As you see here, it says in this next picture down to the left, don't take the microchip. It's the mark of the beast. These are warnings, man, to myself, okay, because I need a reminder, okay? You need a reminder, all right? Don't take it. It's not worth it, okay? Look at all these different sizes that they have. You know, let's see. You got Walletmore with their shit right here. Wallet of Tomorrow. Okay, look at that. It says the chip is inserted under a person's skin, often in their hand. The chip allows the person to pay for items and enter their building and use their computer. All right, I'm just assuming that's what some of the word says, right? And this is from USA Today. Here you go. All right, you see Revelation 13, you got the Neuralink brain chip and you got the RFID chip here. Here goes a sign that I know Great Millstone uses, okay? Say no to the RFID chip, mark of the beast, okay? Because if you say yes and you take it, you're going to be missile food. This is Revelation 14 and 9. It says here, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark. Let me see. Yep. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, left or right. All right. And that brain computer interface chip in your head. All right. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their burning and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they shall have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. All right, there you go. You're going to have a memorial. There's going to be a memorial of you worshiping this image. All right, instead of worshiping Yahweh Shema Shai to you tribes. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take this and you're gonna be missile food, literally. Okay. All right. I'm trying to see that. I think that was all that I had. Just you're being warned. All right. You hear me reading it, saying it to you. Also, you can look at these little pictures and see that it's saying it to you. All right. So look at this. It says all who have the mark of the beast will die for sure. This is your warning. Look at that. This is your warning. This is your warning. All right. This is your warning. How you going to continue in life if you don't have this? Well, we're going to continue in life with Yahweh Shema Shai without this. Lord, we is edified to the next time, Shalom.